Hey, a pleasant evening to everyone. People are always searching relevant and useful content. Hello, here I am Shraddha Shukla from Catalyst ECL team. You are watching live talk session with us. Although the webinar, we are also have our overall coordinator Ms. Anshika Agrawal, our team members and co-host Mr. Kaustubh Pandey. And now let's start. So, in short intro, Mr. Raj Anupam sir. Today we are diving into the startup with Mr. Raj Anupam sir. He is graduated from Pandit Deen Dayal Energy University. Raj Anupam sir is the co-founder of Cargar. Cargar is a climate tech company building as energy as a service platform. Their goal is to provide convenient and EV charging solution, promoting the adoption of electric vehicle globally in 2019. Let's jump into the startup with the same level of enthusiasm, energy that Cargar bring into the innovative venture. Now, within the worldwide scope of our world, we are lucky to hold some of the most expansional treasure and shining stars with us. Now, I heartily welcome to our guest speaker, Mr. Raj Anupam sir, to deliver speech about his journey for the people who are watching live talk session. Thank you.
Installation of that civil work, many things. So these are the most pressing problems where we see how, for example, if I would say at a prime location, जो बहुत जहाँ पे गाड़ियाँ आने जानी होती है, अगर आपको वहाँ पे चार्जिंग इंस्टॉल करना है तो जरूरी नहीं है कि वहाँ का जो आपका सिविल लाइक इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर है दैट विल बी चीपर. इट विल these prices even go higher. For that reason, it is clear. Nowadays, installing a charging station, they are just waiting for correct time. They are just install it and waiting for the. So, for example, a normal taxi fleet, which is just like imagine the Ola Ubers or other companies are having electric fleets on the market, right? So they right now having hub and spoke model where they operate and they return back to their hub for getting vehicle charge. And is pure Doran way they waste their 5 to 15% of SOC, the charge, which we call it the 10 miles. So these are the fundamental problems when it comes to electric vehicles in the country. So what is the solution? What should we do? तो ये फोटो है जिसमें एक इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल बीच रास्ते में रुक चुका है और उसको दूसरी गाड़ी आई है टो करके लेके जाने के लिए. वो क्यों हुआ? बिकॉज उसकी बैटरी खत्म हो गई थी. एंड दिस इज वेरी कॉमनली सीन व्हेन वी डील विद द रेंज एंजाइटी एंड charge anxiety, where to and how to charge. So how about the EV mature cases? Any idea what is happening in the US, guys? Or China or Norway or anything? UK. So let me tell you. This is the image of London where the person is dropping a wire from the window and getting the vehicle Tesla charged. So this is what happening in the UK. And this photo was taken a little time ago, but this is how people are doing a jugaad kind of thing there. And this is the photo in the bottom where these EVs are wheeled out for getting there and to charge at the public super fast charging station. This situation. So in India, when you call it, is a typical chicken and egg problem. पहले अंडा आएगा, या पहले चिकन आएगा, it would be a charging station आएगा या EV आएगा. So EV sales are going very fast, at a very high speed, but the charging infrastructure is not pacing up, because charging stations को install ही करना अलग अलग locations पे, it's a very difficult task. So you never know कि where the highest EV penetration is happening. So वो बहुत scattered format में, एक से शहर को भी ले लो तो 50 गाड़ियाँ यहाँ पर हैं, 2 गाड़ियाँ यहाँ पर हैं, और you cannot predict कि गाड़ियाँ कहाँ पे रुकेंगी, कहाँ पे चार्ज होंगी. So identification of where place a charging station, again, it's a very difficult task. So in India, there are 1,20,000 electric cars running on the road. By 2023, we are expecting 1,70,000 गाड़ियाँ EV India में 4-wheelers होंगी. But the current electric vehicle to fast charging ratio in India is 60:1. एक charging station पे 60 vehicles. Imagine how the charging will happen. For example, if you talk about the countries which is having a good, EV market, like Norway or China, the ratio happens to be 6:1. It's a paying market, paying opportunity. What next? Let me tell you about what is a typical charging station. होता क्या है? एक ट्रांसफार्मर होता है, सेफ्टी स्विचेस होते हैं, पैनल्स होते हैं, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी मीटर होता है, चार्जर होता है, स्पेस होता है जहाँ पे गाड़ियाँ आके पार्क होती हैं, राइट. एंड इस पूरे प्रोसेस में यू हैव पूरे प्रोसेस में इंस्टॉल करने के लिए अब टिपिकल चार्जिंग स्टेशन टेक्स 8 months, 6 to 8 months normally. But if you can do it in a fast budget manner, it will be 3 to at least 3 months तो लगेगा. आप इलेक्ट्रिसिटी को connections दे जाओगे, you have to request them for the electrical connections and all, and then eventually that entire thing will happen. Okay, so this is a typical criteria for siting in optimal charging sites. पहले land parameters समझना पड़ेगा, general parameters जिसमें visibility होगा, topography होगा, accessibility होगा, and then traffic parameters. अगर उस रूट में उस जगह पे ज़्यादा गाड़ियाँ नहीं आ रही हैं तो फिर वहाँ पे चार्जिंग स्टेशन लगाने की कोई पॉइंट नहीं बनती है. चार्जिंग स्टेशन का कॉन्फ़िगरेशन क्या होगा और पावर कनेक्शंस के क्या क्या क्वेश्चंस है, ये 5 पैरामीटर्स के होने के बाद ही आप उस जगह पे चार्जिंग स्टेशन लगा सकते हो. ओके सर. Typical charging station will cost you 27.5 to 8.5 lakhs of 50 kilowatt charging station or 50 to 60 kilowatt charging station. This is the investment you have to do. But it is hassle to all this Java for what are worth it or not. What do you guys say? I don't think it would be worth. So I'll tell you, there are several ideas in the concept that has been experimented across the world, and we are getting a good amount of learning and understanding what will fit and what will work in what situation. So BMW has like many people have just, but this is specifically the image of a BMW getting their vehicle charged using an inductive charging station. So I'll just give you an example. In the entire vehicle lifetime, which is 15 years or 10 years, 90% of the car's lifetime, the 90% the car is in ideal stage. Either at home, office, street, parking lot or in home. 15 साल में सिर्फ 10% टाइम ही वो चल रहा हो अगर पूरे टाइम को एक साथ देखे तो, राइट. So उस 90% टाइम को you have to cater where we can get the vehicle charged, क्योंकि 10% तो उसको चार्ज कर ही नहीं पाएगी ना क्योंकि वो चल रही होगी. So these are the innovative techniques which people have been doing to utilize this 90% of their time, which is inductive charging. So it does not require any connection. What happens? Inductive without wireless charging can happen for this situation. So Sweden has done some kind of very interesting charging technique by placing an inductive charging on the street, which is on the road, on the highways, where उस स्ट्रेच पे अगर आप गाड़ी चलाओगे तो आपकी गाड़ी चार्ज भी होगी और चलेगी भी, और या फिर पार्किंग में रखोगे तो वहाँ पे रह के चार्ज होगी. This is kind of innovative technique where you will ourselves recharging. So this is the on-road inductive charging in Norway, which you can see the bus is running from. So they did a pilot in Norway, जहाँ पे इस तरह से वो कर रहे थे. So let me tell you guys, right now I've been telling you all these things about the EV charging station or a EV charging scenario in the country because I wanted you to understand what type of problem that could arrive or that is already arriving. And why I'm talking about problem, because each problem comes with an opportunity. Whatever you see, the entrepreneurship is understanding the problem and seeing the opportunity, not just talking about the problems. We are always have to talk about the opportunity where we see for an example, people have been trying and seeing the Yamuna Bank is having a huge river pollution done, but somebody has seen it an opportunity and converted that waste into value. So wherever the problem is, you have to see a solution, understand opportunity. भले वो opportunity इकोनॉमिक है या नहीं है उसके बारे में हम लोग बाद में आते हैं, बट अपॉर्चुनिटी तो है, and that is what we call it entrepreneurship, a step towards in the entrepreneurship, right? So here somebody thought कि ये चार्जिंग का इशू क्यों ना उसको चलते चलते हम चार्ज करें, प्रॉब्लम ही खत्म, right? But the problem is not that. The problem is this inductive charging is very costly affair. Imagine आपको पूरा का पूरा शहर में नेटवर्क बनाना पड़ेगा. It's fact, इस पूरे नेटवर्क is going to be very expensive. And गाड़ी, क्योंकि चार्जिंग जो नीचे प्लेट होते हैं और आपकी गाड़ी के अंदर रिसेप्टर होता है, एक ट्रांसमीटर होता है, एक रिसेप्टर होता है. If inductive plate of the car or something is not overlapping with each other, तो वो चार्जिंग एफिशिएंटली नहीं होगा. अगर वो 10% ही ओवरलैप हो रहा है तो 10% की स्पीड से चार्ज होगा या फिर नहीं होगा, राइट? दीज आर दी चार्ज होगा. इसके अलग अलग प्रॉब्लम्स हैं, व्हिच आर द चैलेंजेस. somebody can it says see electric charging ये प्रॉब्लम था तो उसका ये सॉल्यूशन हो सकता है. that is a way towards the solution. So what is another idea is the pantograph or on-road charging in Sweden. So vehicles are getting parked at some location. Gun बार बार लगाना निकालना जो charging gun होता है, it's going to be a difficult task. So where they have been putting a pantograph, and Sweden में they just did a trial or something by the pantograph as well as with the format of a tram, you see, जो on ground भी हो सकता है और over the top भी हो सकता है. So when we talk about charging, then we are taking the electricity from the grid to a charging station and then to a vehicle. You don't know कि ये electricity आ कहाँ से रहा है. क्या ये electricity एक thermal power plant से आया जो it's a disability, क्या ये electricity कहीं और से आ रहा है. So this plays a very important role. ये electricity आ कहाँ से रहा है. Then we talk about electricity कहाँ से आ सकता है, which can be a solar, which can be a wind farm, which can be a hydrogen fuel cell, or XYZ. People self has understood. So where a pro is there, there's a con. Every time people cannot, they are debating, is electric vehicle are really green? If I'm taking electricity from the grid, is it really green?
That's the perfect of who is providing the power, right?
Yes.
Will give it here.
They not be completely green. Right. So these are a debatable topic, but we can just comment on that. So, for an example, you see an electric car, right? So that electric car not necessarily be polluting, not necessarily be taking the power from the thermal plant, but it is for sure it is not polluting. So in that case, what we're doing, if you see the entire electricity in the country is coming from the old power plant or something polluting power plant. So we are centralizing the decentralized pollution, which is coming from the roadside vehicles. गाड़ी से पोल्यूशन नहीं निकल करके वो वहां पे निकल. So people are working, we have been working on this kind of thing where we want to make things really green, right? Which is not used. We should not take power from the polluting power plant or something. So it is the power can be coming from XYZ. Like as you correctly said, 70% of the electricity is coming from the coal power plant. So whenever you are getting your vehicle charge, that means 70% of the charge is been done because of that. So what is net zero? So net zero, where we can install a solar charging station where solar can generate electricity, batteries can store this electricity, or not battery storage, but independent solar charging station. But रात के समय क्या करेंगे? And फास्ट चार्जिंग के लिए सोलर पैनल की जो इंस्टॉलेशन होगी वो इतनी बड़ी होगी. लेट्स से एग्जांपल 50 किलोवाट का चार्जिंग स्टेशन के लिए अगर सोलर पैनल लगाना है, इट इज गोइंग टू बी अ ह्यूज टास्क. चार्जिंग स्टेशन इतना महंगा हो जाएगा कि वो इकोनॉमिक रहेगा ही नहीं. तो हाउ विल यू सस्टेन दैट मॉडल? सो एंड चलो सस्टेन एक तरह कर भी है, लेकिन वो तो दिन की कुछ 5-6 घंटे ही ऑपरेशन रह पाएगा, क्योंकि अगर सनलाइट नहीं है तो वहाँ से इलेक्ट्रिसिटी जनरेशन नहीं होगा. सो फॉर दैट रीजन people have been coming up with numerous number of techniques and understanding for getting this net zero thing done. So for example, there's a company in Israel called Cargar. They are using a kinetic energy storage system where these kinetic energy storage stores the energy, and when the EV comes, it releases that energy and get the vehicle charged in a faster speed. So फास्ट चार्जिंग भी हो रहा है, और इस एनर्जी स्टोरेज को या तो सोलर से चार्ज करते हैं वो लोग. एंड दैट एनर्जी स्टोरेज कैन बी ऑफ अ बैटरी, ऑफ अ फ्यूल सेल, और एनी solar can charge the battery, and the battery can then again convert and then charge the electric car's battery. So these are the methods how we can make a net zero, a really net zero charging station, and at the same time they are not putting load on the grid. Because imagine every car can रातों रात electric car में convert हो जाते हैं and they're getting charged somewhere. Imagine what type of load they would be creating. This entire, if you see the entire high-rise building की जितना अगर power consume होता है ना, उतनी 10 गाड़ियाँ एक साथ power consume कर सकती हैं अगर एक टाइम पे चार्ज हो दिए तो, या 5 गाड़ियाँ हो सकती. Because it's a we are taking huge amount of current and huge amount of power. लेट्स से अभी इंडिया में चार्जिंग स्पीड जो हाईएस्ट चार्जिंग स्पीड है विच इज 350 किलोवाट, लाइक Kia EV6 and other series vehicles are capable of taking that much of power. 350 kilowatt, if somebody is electrical or they can understand, like 350 kilowatt कितना हो सकता है. Oh yes. So this is how the off-grid charging station looks like. I think my screen is flickering. Let me reshare it. No, why it is flickering? But this is another way the people have been trying to, solve this issue. electricity connection cannot be bring to any location, but the energy storage can. So they have created such kind of units where they are converting this stored energy to charge these multiple vehicles without the interference of the grid. Okay. So this is how the first image was of Tesla and Porsche. Another is for Audi and Tesla again, and where they are not really putting a load or so on grid and off grid also plays very important role. On grid portable can be they are connecting to the way to the grid, but the setup is not permanent. Yes, sir. Very right. So here we comes what Cargar does. So we are the on-demand charge as a service, energy and charge as a service platform for electric vehicle charging. What we do, we have developed the state-of-the-art hardware technology platform that can store any kind of energy storage and in energy form and deliver anything electric, power to anything electric. So right now you can see our proprietary hardware is getting the vehicle charged on the middle of the road without any grid connection. And this is a modular platform that can be storing any form of energy or any number of modules can be attached to this particular thing so that it can power. It's a patented technology we have developed, and this is our on-demand charge as a service boarding, where we are dividing the entire city into grids, and these grids are having hubs where these electrons are getting parked or our charging hardware is parked, and then if the demand comes, just like all over, you can use the charger at your location and get your vehicle charged. Any location can become a charging station in no time. You can hail the charger to your location. The ultra fast charge your car in where you can get your vehicle charged in 30 minutes or 45 minutes, and while you are doing other important things, like you don't need to get out of your home and be at a public charging station to wait till the time your vehicle is getting charged. So the entire technology and other the operations are very tech-driven. So we also provide automatic scheduling. So when we talk about how many parties are involved in this entire charging process, there are public authorities, power utility, charging infrastructure manufacturer, charging station operator, vehicles, and the location where the vehicles are getting charged. So this entire chain of the entire umbrella where these all parties are involved. So we are making the party reduced in parties reduced formatting where the less number of parties are involved. So we can have a better utilization and the better cost model, the costing model and the revenue model. So this is a typical actors involved in somebody's installing, somebody's operating the entire charging. So energy, somebody generates energy, somebody distributes energy, some companies manufacture this charging station, some companies install these charging stations, somebody provides their location, somebody operates this charging, and at the end, EVs are getting their way. EVs are coming to those locations and getting charged. So imagine what type of infrastructure would be required if this is the situation. So we are solving this issue, this problem, in a simple term called on-demand charge as a service, where all these things does not come into the picture. Very few can come into the picture, and we can promise to give net zero charging service. So our value proposition required for this kind of thing, a zero deadline should be there. You should not be roaming here and there just to while your vehicle is not charged. You have to roam here and there in search of a proper working charging station. So it has to be ultra fast DC charging so that you don't have to be waiting at certain location. It has to be saving your time. It has to be SN free, and there should not be a data set. Okay. So we are how impactful we are. So impact happens to be we are giving 750 green kilometers per day per hardware. We are saving 90 kilograms of CO2 of per day per hardware. So we save that 10% of energy that is being consumed in dead miles by coming to your location and getting your vehicle charged. So we will be saving 12,000 acres of land locations that can save huge amount of cost and by the infrastructure uh, in 2030. So by 2027, we are aiming for saving 15,000 metric tons of CO2, and we are focusing on 7 and 13 SDG. Thanks, guys, and we are here to make electric vehicle adoption easy. So we great if you can ask any kind of question.
Or
Yeah.
so if I strip it down to the basics, you basically pulls apart from the grids and then you transport the system to road, right?
So we are taking the part from the not from the grid altogether. We are making the solar based or renewability based.
There are third option, right? You can have a part from any source you like.
Yeah.
So if talking about exactly grid story, what's the percentage or you take part from grid as well as from solar energy or any other sources?
It can be a split. It can be a split. We are targeting to as much as we can take power from the solar or renewable sources of energy. So when we are not saying that we will be taking the power from the grid, but we will be eventually from the grid. So we are a service that gives you a peace of mind. Yeah, car is a charge with car. No, knowing where I'm parking my vehicle.
Oh, right.
So my intention happens to be to show you when I think somebody from your team came to me and asking, "Hey, I want to give a demo or something or a lecture session on something." I was not sure. I'm not a very good orator, and giving I'm just trying to share my experience that how I was grown in this journey of mine and how I can inspire others to like what type of challenges which I faced and what are the if mistakes I had made in my past. So it would be great if you can like ask any type of question, not just about cargo, but you can ask anything about entrepreneurship journey. I will try my level best to answer you.
So, what inspired you to develop your idea?
So by 2015, when I was starting the electric vehicle drivetrain technology for a passenger car, so I was very much concerned about the charging status and the car charging situation in the country. So that was definitely a problem in the US itself. But that time Tesla introduced supercharging station. That again, supercharging station was not very much. It is very good, but it is not as equivalently, convenient just getting a few refueling than your ICE vehicle. So that is where I was, very much focused. I want to solve this issue by creating some kind of thing which can be easier for the customer to, transition from their normal. Like, the question goes away कि हम चार्ज कहाँ करेंगे, मेरे पास तो चार्जिंग स्टेशन ही नहीं है, मेरे पास तो पार्किंग ही नहीं है. So that kind of issues I wanted to solve that inspired me.
Okay, so
Sir, what is unique about your idea startup?
The unique thing is that we are not at a fixed location. We are at the mobile on a mobile platform, and you can hail the charger just like Uber, and we can give your vehicle charge in no time, and we can so that you do other important things, and we
Okay. I have a question about the पर चार्ज कॉस्टिंग ऑफ अ व्हीकल आई थिंक जैसे आप बोला कि आप ऑन द गो चार्ज करते हो तो आपने एक कॉस्टिंग ही शायद बनाई होगी जी स्टार्टिंग पर कंपनी तो कितना मतलब क्या एक एक्टिव पड़ता है वो जो हमारा कस्टमर रहता है जो कंज्यूमर रहता है जो भी ईवी यूज कर रहा होता है
See, eventually, I will. Very good question you asked. So, in the future, or in the mainstream of road transportation, very soon, EVs are going to become a mainstream. Not a very soon, but in a later future, by 2030 or somewhere. And at that time, you will see the transition happens to be very common. Like the Thai. Now, I'll give you an example. Right now, the charging rates of public charging station ranges from 20 rupees to 25 rupees to 30 rupees. Okay, and if you charge a vehicle at your home, it will be coming around.
So I think you are lag.
Sir, your voice is not audible.
I think
I think I've lost.
now you are works.
So what I was saying, the public charging rates, we are trying to be very close to what public charging rates happens to be, plus some convenience charge that we are because we are coming to your location. It depends, and that would be variable.
And ऐसा another question like हमको जैसे आजकल जो हमारी टाटा उसने अपनी ईवी लॉन्च की है एक्सॉन के लिए तो ऑन जो नॉर्मल वाली तो आती है पेट्रोल डीजल सर उसमें जो प्राइस डिफरेंस है आई थिंक है ना इतना अंदर जैसे मतलब जो कॉस्टिंग पड़ती है लाइक एक एवरेज बंदा जो भी एक गाड़ी ओन करता है तो वो मतलब वो लगभग 3 से 4 साल तो यूज करता है ना तो आई थिंक जो ये कॉस्टिंग आपकी मार्केट वाला बताया और ये जो पेट्रोल डीजल वाला एक तरफ देखा जाए तो ये
ज्यादा भी पड़ सकता है. Yes, ज्यादा पड़ेगा. So that will that is EV कॉस्ट सेविंग के लिए फ्यूचर में या अभी नहीं है. अभी से आप कॉस्ट सेव नहीं कर पाओगे. You are just putting your giving the cost, like bearing the cost, and one time एक साथ ही आपने पैसे ले लिया जब पेट्रोल पंप पे आप लगाने वाले थे. और नाउ यू आर हैविंग एंड दैट टू अगर फास्ट चार्जिंग नहीं होगा अभी अंदर तो अगर तो आप उतने ज़्यादा किलोमीटर आप ट्रैवल कर ही नहीं पाओगे बिकॉज करोगे and the Nexon will take 12 to 13 hours and you're going to
approx.
Yes. So you won't be able to plan your ride as the way you like you were doing it with the ICE vehicle. So eventually the thing is it is not good or bad. It's a question of what is going to be the future mobility, future road transportation. It is going to be electric for sure. Right? Okay. Right. It should be electric. So then these ICE vehicle will not be in a mainstream. The people will not talking about अभी तुम कहीं जाते हो या टीवी खरीदने या नॉर्मल गाड़ी खरीदने के लिए people used to ask कि कितना देती है.
ये क्वेश्चन जो ना फर्स्ट है पहले आप पूछते उसका आप ये पूछते माइलेज क्या है
Exactly. So कितना देने वाला kind of thing it is not going to be, it is, अभी if you can talk about कि average जितनी भी गाड़ियाँ हैं, सारी की average is not, is like 20, the maximum is 18 and the minimum is like a hectare can give you 7 kilometers per liter, right? So in like that.
I am a Maruti owner. I have a Vitara brother. So I will only get mileage of 6, 7 and 8.
Yes. So that's what I'm saying. So the easy wala question is already gone. It is all about the performance and other stuff, right? So eventually the kitna deti and the range is a problem, but right. So that is going to be the mainstream. It is going to be mainstream. So आपको cost benefit तो नहीं होने वाला है. So eventually EVs are going to be expensive, lesser expensive than ICE vehicle. I am talking about 5 years down the line. 5 साल के बाद ICE vehicle महंगा हो जाएगा क्योंकि ICE vehicles को का जो भी पैसा GST वगैरह डेवलप होगा वो सब्सिडीज में देंगे ये लोग.
सब्सिडी में चलेगा.
Right. So this is how it is going to happen.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. You can ask. Yes, sir. Doc.
Why you select EV industry, sir?
So I was the as I told you, so I was associated with BA and it was my childhood dream of working on the automobile and electric, not electric vehicle, but as a car or something like technology. I was very much enthusiastic about creating a technology and developing a technology altogether. And then I was not having any idea that I will be converting this technology or this enthusiasm into a startup or company someday or and eventually I started, I did it, and that's how it's my enthusiasm and interest.
So what would it be you have to manage of name changes?
See, level, I would give you a suggestion. मुझे भी बहुत दिन बाद मतलब I realized it and competition से घबराना नहीं चाहिए कभी. Competition is something which validates your what do you call it? Validates your business proposal. अगर तुम्हारे जैसा ही कोई बिजनेस एग्जिस्ट करता है तो कल को उठ करके इन्वेस्टर के पास जाओगे तो दे विल हेल्प यू. हाँ, इट विल हेल्प यू दैट हाँ जो तुम बोल रहे हो ऐसा एग्जिस्ट तो करता है, इसका मतलब इसका मार्केट है. भले तो भी आइडिया स्टेज पे हो, ठीक है, तो वो क्या करता है कि तुम्हें वो वैलिडेट कर देता है क्या एग्जिस्ट करता है, बट तुमको थोड़ा बहुत सही इधर उधर करके यू कैन फाइंड योर पाथ. Competition से competition sometimes, not sometimes, many times I would rather suggest people कि आप कॉम्पिटिटर के वेबसाइट अपने आइडियाज से मिलते जुलते जो भी कॉम्पिटिशन का वेबसाइट खोल के उनको पूरा समझ लो, गहराई नाप लो कि what is exactly happening in that startup or a company, what is that they are doing, how they are doing it, and then what are their shortcomings, and उस चीज को कैसे improve कर सकते हो. So that gives you a benchmarking effect. You benchmark some kind of some kind of thing from those, and then improve it over the top. अगर आप ग्रासरूट से स्टार्ट करोगे तो हो सकता है वो जितना बनाया है, अगर smarter would be जितना सामने वाला जितना competition is already have done, why to reinvent the wheel then? आप उसके ऊपर करो ना.
Yes, sir.
You should have had like that.
Oh, go ahead, I can hear you.
That जैसे स्टार्टिंग में आपने डिस्कस किया था कि जैसे टाइम नहीं होता है तो एटलीस्ट बीच में ऐसे अगर अज्यूम करते मेरी एक कार है ईवी है और वो बीच हाईवे पे उसकी बैटरी पड़ जाती है कार, तो अगर हम आपको कॉल भी करते हैं आप आते चार्ज करने तो टाइम इट इज टेकिंग एज आई एम चार्जिंग फ्रॉम होम राइट.
No, at a public charging station. So that we call it an opportunity charging. अगर आप कहीं ऑन द गो हो, अगर आप कहीं जा रहे हो, आपको बीच रास्ते में चाहिए चार्ज, आपको मिल जाएगा, आप जहाँ हो वहाँ मिलेंगे, राइट. आपको वहाँ पे चार्ज करके आप जा सकते हो, बट जितना टाइम लगेगा आपको पब्लिक चार्जिंग स्टेशन में, इट डिपेंड्स ऑन योर व्हीकल, व्हाट टाइप ऑफ व्हीकल यू आर हैविंग, उतना ही टाइम हमारे सिस्टम पे लगेगा. वी आर एबल टू गिव यू 100 किलोवाट, but it depends on your vehicle what kilowatt it can accept.
So you bet a lot.
So it is not the building kind of thing, it is giving the maximum kind of thing. We can give you 100 kilowatt, 120 kilowatt per se for charging a vehicle, right? But if your vehicle is taking the fastest, the vehicle can get charged is, let's say, 1.5 hours. So no matters what, you are putting a 350 kilowatt connection also, it will gonna be taking only 1.5 hours, not lesser than that, right? So for example, if you're getting your Mercedes charged at 100 kilowatt, where the vehicle would have accepted 350 kilowatt charging speed, then the speed reduction of the time estimation would be increasing. Otherwise, the majority of the car in India is accepting 50 kilowatt as the average, as a non-average.
So I think tonight we can study places do. जैसे कि हम ऑन द गो पे है, अगर हम कहीं ट्रेवल पे है तो भी अभी ये पढ़ने के लिए कुछ किया था.
नहीं, अभी
पेट्रोल और डीजल कार से क्या होता है, अगर हमारा फ्यूल खत्म है तो हम एक कहीं कहीं देखते हैं आजकल एक जैसे कि एक्टिव पेट्रोल पंप होता है, वो जाते हैं डलवाते हैं और हम निकल जाते हैं, मुश्किल से 5-10 मिनट लगता है, राइट?
correct.
So
Or nine area they
sure, right?
eating at least you have to stay for 30 minutes, 45 minutes depending.
ये चीज फ्यूचर में सॉल्व हो सकती है, आपको क्या लगता है इस बारे में, आपकी क्या ओपिनियन है इससे रिलेटेड?
See, ये definitely solve होगी sooner or later, but the problem is solve इस तरह से नहीं होगी, क्योंकि when we are charging the vehicle at the fastest of speed, what happens? At least 20 मिनट तो लगेगा ही लगेगा. अगर there are companies like Israeli companies store करके वो 3 मिनट में गाड़ी चार्ज कर सकती है, but वो टेक्नोलॉजी करोड़ों का होगा. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आई डोंट नो देयर इकोनॉमिक्स, ये कितने का बेच रहे हैं वो लोग या दे रहे हैं नहीं, दे आर स्टिल इन द R&D, but that is not going to be economic innovation. You only say rupees just for getting a vehicle like Tata Nexon.
Accurate, it will also be degrading the quality of the system, right?
Yes, it would. At this present configuration.
That for me,
Sorry?
still मतलब मूवी परफेक्ट नहीं हुआ ना, अगर आप चार्ज कर भी लेते 3 मिनट में, तो अगर हम कंटिन्यूसली कर से तो कई बार 3 मिनट में हमने चार्ज के बाद किया तो बैटरी क्वालिटी और चार्जिंग कैपेसिटी भी गिरती जाएगी. अगर कहीं परफेक्ट नहीं होती है तो उससे रिलेटेड है ना.
I think it should be depending on the technology, sir. क्योंकि आपको ये पता है कि कुछ साल पहले हमारे स्मार्टफोन्स में भी कितना स्लो चार्जिंग वगैरह होता था, है ना? बट इन दिस एरा वी
Technology. The battery can accept depends on how fast, what is the speed rate of the battery. Is there anybody from the electrical or chemical branch?
we don't take those.
So, आप लोग कौन से branch से हो? Which branch you belong?
we are on CS. I am from civil, sir.
Okay. And how about the rest?
Yes, we can connect with it.
CDS, sir.
Okay. Good. So electronics and communication plays very important role. And EV, mechanical is like a very traditional designing into very important of the battery technology way, battery pack designing way. So these are the important domains where EV industry is looking for talents from?
सवाल
Yes, please tell me.
हाँ सर, जैसे एक स्टार्टअप की जर्नी होती है, उसमें आप पॉइंट आता है कि जब आपको पिवट की जरूरत पड़ती है हमेशा। तो जैसे कि आप अभी बताया, आप ऑन द वे सर्विंग कर रहे हैं ईवी सॉल्यूशंस, चार्जिंग सॉल्यूशंस के लिए। फिर एक टाइम आएगा जब ईवी का संख्या, जब ईवी कार्स जब बढ़ती जाएंगी और जब ये अपना ईवी चार्जिंग स्टेशन बढ़ते जाएंगे, इट्स लाइक मेजोरिटी जो रोड एंड इन्वेंटरी के हिसाब से ये 3 सालों के अंदर ये 50% पहुंच जाएगा, ये आंकड़ा, ये चार्जिंग स्टेशन अच्छे हो जाएंगे। तो उस समय पे आपका जो स्टार्टअप का भी अभी जो सर्वे कर रहे हैं अपन लोग, ये वाला पार्ट मतलब कम होता जाएगा। और
It's very good question you have asked. So where do you stay? You stay in building?
वाली ये ना
बिल्डिंग में रहते हो या फिर कहाँ पे रहते हो, ऐसे रहते हो?
मैं लिंक में
कभी स्विगी जोमेटो यूज किया क्या?
या
या फिर बिग बास्केट यूज करा क्या?
लाइक ग्लोबली मिल रिटर्न
ग्रोसरीज का क्या करते हो?
Yes, I have you and I all use.
Yeah. So the reason being, your street, your locality, your society, or your nearby would be having good amount of restaurants, all these, right? But still, you are looking कि हम घर बैठे अपने फोन से ऑर्डर कर सकते हैं, right? That gives you a convenience of eating your food at your doorstep, right?
Yes, it is.
So we are not doing mobile charging, or we are not doing something EV charging. We are doing a convenience service, a peace of mind service for EV users, so that they can be where they are, sitting at their home or offices. They can hail the service without them worrying to where to charge, how long will it take at a public charging just to, in the vehicle charge. So we are giving them a convenience that, hey, you be wherever you are, we are going to come there and get your vehicle charged. अगर आपको नियर बाय पब्लिक चार्जिंग स्टेशन जाना पड़ेगा तो भी आपको वहाँ पे खड़ा रहना पड़ेगा, आपको वेट करना पड़ेगा। अगर आपको अपने घर पे चार्ज करनी है तो आपको वक्त लगेगा। तो घर पे चार्ज तो एट एनी गिवन पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम घर पे चार्ज स्लो ही रहने वाला है। इट इज नेवर गोना बी अ फास्ट चार्जिंग। इट इज गोइंग टू एटलीस्ट टेक 8 hours, 10 hours, be it 5 years down the line, right?
Yes, it is.
Will be the situation.
वैसा एक पार्ट ये भी है, जैसे स्टार्टिंग में जब पेट्रोल डीजल व्हीकल्स का जब रेट बढ़ा था तो वो सेम इशू उस टाइम भी क्रिएट हुआ था कि अपन स्टेशन नहीं है तो ये इसको लेके रखते हैं तो 2 व्हीकल्स का जरूरत पड़ेगा। उस समय क्या रहा था, अपन देख सकते हैं कि उस टाइम की छोटा छोटा शॉप रहता था, किराना शॉप, जनरल स्टोर शॉप।
I understood, Harsh. I understood your point. But here we are not dealing with the availability. We are dealing with the time. Time is the major function, major problem. Time is never gonna be, the fastest. Like आपको 20 मिनट 15-20 मिनट तो आपको घर पे आपको वहाँ पे रुकना ही पड़ेगा। और अभी के टाइम पे 45 मिनट, and 5 years down the line, this 45 minutes or 1 hour वाला period is never gonna be, it is always going to be there.
डाउट और हमेरा सर एक डाउट और हमेरा कि इसमें जब हम देखते हैं कि जैसे मेरे कुछ रिलेटिव हैं वो तो ई रिक्शा ओनर, तो इनका बैटरी प्राइसिंग होता है ई रिक्शास का। ई रिक्शा तो ये फैसा में का कैसे है, लेकिन ई रिक्शास का तो बैटरी प्राइसिंग होता है अराउंड 9,000 पर पीस मीटर लगता है, और ये अराउंड
5 और 6 पैकेज रहता है हर एक की। तो जब एक बार अगर वो खराब होता है, उस टाइम पीरियड रहता है 6 महीने या 9 महीने, इसका वो एक बार खराब हो जाता है जिसका वो यूज करने वाला होता है, चाहे कोई भी गाँव में शहर हो जहाँ भी वो चल रही है। तो ये जो अपना ईवीस में इसका कितना टाइम पीरियड है, क्योंकि से जो महंगा पूरी पार्ट है, जो मैं जो समझता हूँ कि ईवी में सस्ती पार्ट है जिसके लिए हम भी करते हैं, जिससे ये चल रहा है UI यूजर सम किस तरह का मिलने वाला है। दूसरा तीसरा वो और राइट राइट basically a part battery. I think I would it depends on basically what type of battery cells you're using and what type of OEMs you're having. So right now the OEMs are typical OEMs are giving 1,60,000 or 40,000 kilometers of warranty and 8 years of either of them 8 years warranty और जो भी आपको पहले आ जाता है 8 साल हो जा रहा है तब तक वारंटी होगी, या तो फिर 1,40,000 किलोमीटर चल जाता है तब तक वारंटी अवेलेबल होगी आपकी। Depends on that. Yeah, I think we are running. I think very past the time, so I would take 1 or 2 questions now. If anybody has question, you can ask. I can. I will. Sir, I have a question about your startup that आपने बोला है कि आप चार्जिंग स्टेशन सेटअप करेंगे, लेकिन ज़्यादातर चार्जिंग यूज़ करते वो पब्लिक ट्रांसपोर्ट यूज़ करेंगे, जैसे कि टैक्सी और डेट पब्लिक करेंगे आपकी चार्जिंग स्टेशन को, क्योंकि ये जो बैटरी से वो बहुत ही जल्दी खत्म हो जाएंगे। I didn't get your question. So I will ask. So my question is that जो पब्लिक ट्रांसपोर्ट है, जो टैक्सीज है, ई रिक्शास है, वो चार्जिंग करने में 45 मिनट लग जाते थे, तो उनका वो 45 मिनट में लॉस होता था। तो चाइना में क्या किया गया कि स्वैपेबल बैटरीज को इंट्रोड्यूस किया गया, ये वो बस अपने स्टेशन पे लाए, उनके बैटरी को वापस फुल बैटरी रिचार्ज बैटरी पर लगा दी। तो अगर ये इम्प्लीमेंट होता है तो आपका जो स्टार्टअप है तो वो खत्म हो सकता है। सो ऐसे स्टार्टअप खत्म नहीं होता है। Easy idea. The battery swapping is a very interesting concept, but not for four-wheelers. Petropiece was a company way back in 2013 in the US. So they were back. जब हम फोर व्हीलर्स की बैटरी की बात करते हैं तो फोर व्हीलर्स की बैटरी होती है which is ranging from 300 kilograms to 600 kilograms or sometimes 1 ton as well, 900 kilograms. So swapping these side of battery, and every battery will be different from every other car. So battery swapping in four wheelers are not going to happen anytime sooner. Or even if they happen, they would be having in the modular concept, where we are on-demand charges a service platform are capable of doing that as well. We don't want you to come to a swapping station. We will go to your location and swap the batteries for you. So we are a convenience company which we can give you a service. I think we shall wrap it now. And heartfelt thank you to Mr. Anupam Das sir, whose insightful guidance illuminated our paths in the EV industry and entrepreneurship. Your wisdom has been valuable. Wishing you a bright and successful journey ahead. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, guys. So much, sir. Thank you so much. Yeah. Just one thing. Yeah. So you have my number and you have my mail ID. So, so we are also having a training and development program in the name of Mobility IQ, which is my third venture. not third venture, like it's a venture where we are training people on electric vehicles and the drivetrain technology and all. So it would be great if again, if anybody is interested, they can log into Mobility IQ or I can join the community or something. Anybody
In here, part B, that we talk to clear about the topic. Either we should get a visit or a internship kind of thing from you.
Yeah, yeah. We are looking for internship opportunity to provide an internship opportunity for two students. So they can approach to me, or they can uh, some representative can take a I can give them a requirement list where they can circulate it among the students and they can get next.
We
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, sir.